The first contest played here is still the highest attended game in NFL history. And crowds pushing 80,000 continue to arrive every time the league plays at Estadio Azteca here in Mexico City. Joined, as always, by Brock Heward up in the booth. I'm Kate Scott, and tonight we're going to see the pros battle through a heavy downpour. This could be a contest, Brock, where the team with fewer miscues because of this weather is the team that walks out of here with a win.
Yeah, I'll co-sign on that. I think that's great analysis. This is also a game as a player where you do have to flush the circumstances. You got to be aware of the wetness. Your gloves and your hands, everything else.
Yeah.
But you can't let it just be your sole focus, right? You've got to have the mental toughness to persevere through this pretty inclement weather.
Justin Hopkins out, ready to send this away. And we're off and running from Estadio Azteca. And this drive will start inside the 25. So out head the Raiders for their first possession. They're brought out by someone who's kept the exact energy now as he had when he entered the league back in 2019. It's Gardner Minshew.
Kate, I don't know how many people know the story of Gardner Minshew and how close he was to becoming a GA and coaching. Mike Leach got on the phone with him and said, hey, why don't you take one more swing at this thing? Come out to Pullman, Washington, and lead my pirate ship. And all he did with that mustache was light the college football world on fire. And all he's been in the NFL with multiple organizations is that same spark plug that just makes something happen.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a Vegas first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense. Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Dump off caught by his back. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. Minshew working from the gun. Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Browns pick it up! And they limit the damage on the return, but it is still a turnover. Man, this is a tough ask of your defense so early in a game, Brock, sending them out on short notice and a short field after you fumble it away.
But these are the critical moments defensively you got to live for, right? This is called sudden change. They practice this, and it's your time to put out this fire.
So here are the Browns now, headed out for their first drive. Bringing them out to #1 pick in 2015, a former league leader in passing, it's Jameis Winston.
Don't think for a second, Kate, he hasn't heard the noise. Read the comments from the keyboard warriors who say they just want somebody else leading this team. But let me let you in on a little secret. Those criticisms, they can fuel quarterbacks. Make that chip on the shoulder even bigger to prove people wrong and to show I really do belong in this league.
And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Winston. Chased out to his right. He'll step up, and there he goes. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. That one's complete, right side. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's a bootleg for him. Escapes the pocket. Good gain here as he heads out of bounds.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Chubb. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Browns get a perfect start. They've gone up 6-0. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. Abdullah now to return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at the Raiders' offense. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. And the Browns add an extra defensive back out there. Nickel package, third down. Out of the gun, Minshew. The Browns close in and take him down. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. From their own end zone, and he gets it away. He'll take it in short of midfield. Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. Call that a punt of 47 yards. And the Browns are set up well as they take over with some great field position. To throw, here's Winston. He's got Njoku on the sideline, caught. Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds. Second down now, 7 to go. Takes the handoff, now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Hauled in left side. And he gets him around 6 there. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. Third down, 1 yard to go. Throwing from the gun here. That'll be complete to Ford.
Well, that's one of the moments as a QB you just feel like those defenders are in your huddle. To drop them for a loss on third down can't happen. That's an incredibly quick read.
The kicker gets it. Oh, it looks like he's going to throw it. Caught beyond the marker. And he's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. They're going play action. He's on the move. Now here he goes. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. From the gun, it's Ford. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Throwing is Winston. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Getting out to his left. His throw is caught. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Winston looking to throw. And he gets back to the line, but no more.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot. Second down coming up.
And the Raiders get there and take him down. And that sack going to cost them some yardage. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here's Winston. The back grabs it. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. 3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Winston now. And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Inside handoff goes to Madison. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. Tackle there from Dalvin Tomlinson. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Here's Madison again. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good for a Raiders 1st. From the shotgun, Minshew escapes the pocket, and he's brought down after a short gain.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
Minshew setting up to throw. He gets this one to Myers. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down. Up the middle they go with Madison. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. They send a man in motion. 2nd and 10 now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That was Denzel Ward who brought that play to an end. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Back to throw, Minshew. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Here comes A.J. Cole back to the field for a punt. James Prochet returning this for the Browns. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. And that punt reaches 50 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. The Cleveland offense back out and getting set for the drive. They took their shot on 4th and goal, came away empty-handed, so a lot to like Brock, but just need to find a way to punch it in this time. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Here's Chubb up the middle. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Flush down out to his left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, a gift to Ford. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 23. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to float toward it, And that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. He's got the squiver. And a great return has the offense just a touch shy of midfield as they start this drive. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Madison. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Juan Thornhill getting there for the stop. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Minshew to throw. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Browns pick it up. Hits the 20. And this return will reach the end zone for a Cleveland touchdown. The Browns take a 20-zip lead. PAT is up and good from Hopkins. And the Browns push their lead to 21-zip already. Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Abdullah now to return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The Raiders have their offense back out there. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Another try following the sack. Pass taken in by Marshall. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. It's taken at midfield. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. That's the end of one, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. The Browns on top early. More from this one right after this. We're ready now for the 2nd quarter. Browns in control of it. They've got the length of the field to go on this drive. And he won't find an escape. They converge and drop him for the safety. And it wasn't a touchdown or a field goal, Brock, but hey, points are points. And their first points of the game come on that there safety.
You'll take them any way you can get them in this league, Kate, right? And if the defense has got to score and they've got to continue to score, that is just fine. Because that is a breath of fresh air on that sideline and hopefully a bit of a kickstarter for their offense as well.
Always hurts to do this. They give up the safety and now have to kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
Excellent field position for him here after the kickoff lands short.
Automatic first down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10, Minshew. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. The running back gets it on the draw. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. From the secondary, Grant Delpit on the tackle. They'll get 6 on the run, but still need twice that now. 3rd and 12 coming up. Minshew working from the gun. Oh no, he lost control of another one. And the Browns pick it up. And he stopped just before he reaches the red zone at the 21. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. It's complete to Ford. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Ford straight ahead. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Raiders loading up the secondary on 3rd down. Count them, 6 DBs on the field. Winston. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 4th and long. Carlson's kick is good. And that's going to make the advantage 22.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. Fielded at the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Vegas offense getting set for another drive now. And their defense held up after that fumble. Only gave up 3, so time for this offense to make it up to them. Get some points of their own. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Here's Minshew. Has a man, it's Madison. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Greg Newsome bringing that play to an end. Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, Minshew. He's on the move. Oh, he's gonna run for it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Here's the give to Madison. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. Offense to the line for 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Hauled to the ground by Jordan Hicks. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down. Pressure coming. It's Minshew. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands. Couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down. Las Vegas sends out the punt team. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And this just gets past the 20 before going out. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The Browns getting their offense out there. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. Brought in by Ford. We'll have him gain up about a handful there. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. All right, here we go. 2nd down. The give inside to Chubb. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. So now here's 3rd and 5. Throwing now from the gun. It's into the hands of Chubb. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Still finding room past the 45. At the 20. Touchdown, Cleveland! The Browns making this a laugher before halftime. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown. On his Hopkins for the extra point. Oh, look at this. They're faking it. Got it inside the 10. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. Fields the hard squib kick. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. Out comes Las Vegas on offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Dump off caught by his back. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. Let's see what they went with on 3rd down. Now Minshew. Dumped off to his running back. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
I'm a big fan of the screen pass. Really, you can run a screen as they just showed on any play. 1st, 2nd, 3rd down, sometimes even 4th. But it takes great acumen, a great football IQ defensively to have an awareness it's coming, and then more importantly, to stop it.
Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. The Browns to with their offense back out there as Nick Chubb returns to the field. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Winston to throw it. Got a man. It's Njoku. And he hauls this one up to the 11 before being stopped. 2nd and 3 now. To throw. Here's Winston. This one is hit by a defender and winds up incomplete.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. This is Chubb. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He takes it himself. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And now it's second down. Here's Winston. He'll get this complete to Chubb.
Ooh, he knew he was going to pay for throwing that. I knew it from up here in the booth watching that happen. But that's an experienced quarterback. If that first primary target isn't there, make sure you find your safety valve. And that got them some yards, so taking that shot, well, it was not for nothing.
They strike for 23 yards. And that gives the Browns a first. Markers reset, ball at the 37. A give up the middle to Ford. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 31. That's Tillman. He's got it. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Oh, nearly got to the end zone there. Well, he sure has come out throwing a good ball today, and the passing game has really been clicking early on thanks to his efforts.
Yeah, his plays really elevated the start his pass catchers have been able to have as a result. And you know what they're all thinking right now? This could be a game where we all get to put up some serious numbers, especially if he keeps throwing it like this.
From the red zone now. And he has the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns running away with it in the second quarter. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. And that kick is going to go out of bounds, and you know what that means. That ball is headed to the 40. Oh, wow, he mishit that one. The unfortunate mistake giving them excellent field position. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. They give now to Madison. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down. They'll go right back to Madison. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. They give it to Madison. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's a Vegas first down. They motion a receiver left. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Play action, it's Minshew. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up. From the shotgun, Minshew. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
The ability to track the ball, right? Ball skills isn't just knocking it away, and that's a beautiful job there, Kate. But ball skills is also being able to track a ball on a deeper throw like that. If he doesn't swat it away, we're looking at a huge gain.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Winston to the air. Chubb brings it in. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Tracked down by Robert Spillane. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. David Njoku, the guy he was looking for. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. Throwing is Winston. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. They're going for this. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
Those defenders, it might be a while before they get another chance like that again. What an incredible opportunity to hand their offense field position inside the red zone, while yet getting another shot of momentum themselves.
Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Minshew working from the gun. Oh, they got it. Intercepted along the goal line. Greg Newsome has it. They're out and set. 1st and 10. And off to Chubb to start the drive. This is ahead for about 5. Brought down by Christian Wilkins. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. And they're going to spike this one. No, wait, no, they're not spiking it. They're going to throw. He has room past the 15. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. And he fakes the spike. Into the hands of Tillman, complete. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. So we're in halftime in a game that's, well, honestly, partner, already feels decided.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a solid first half out of the workhorse Nick Chubb. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Well, Brock, it has been a fun one so far, and hopefully it gets even better. Second half underway from Mexico City. And not much breathing room as they begin possession at their own 5. The Browns and Jameis Winston ready to go once again on offense. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process.
Can't happen. Something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
And the pressure gets home. He doesn't throw it in time. That's a safety. Well, this has been one of the big stories of the game, partner. He's been sacked over and over and over here. And this time, cost him more than just yards. It cost him 2 points and possession. Former quarterback, man, what are you thinking at this point in the game?
I'm thinking I'm going to be spending a lot of time in the training room to get my body right. And I think Were you Marshawn Lynch right there? Over and over
there
and
you
over.
Go. Let's go.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And they'll have great field position, Brock, after the unforced error on the kickoff. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Inside handoff goes to Madison. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Pretty obvious, this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Martin Emerson with the pick. And the Browns take over just shy of the 40. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers. That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the gun, it's Ford. Escapes a defender. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Winston. That one complete to Njoku. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. They've got first down from the 31. Winston looking to throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Brought in by Ford. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. Divine Diablo there on the tackle. The Raiders go a nickel on this third down. They'll try and throw it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up fourth down. The Browns are lining up to punt. And he wasn't needed at all in the first half. And the direct snap goes to the up man. He's going to go for it. And he's taken down, not even in the neighborhood of the marker. And they're going to hand this one over on downs. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up first and 10. A handoff for Madison running left. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Offense to the line for second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And it's a nice gain, but they needed just one more yard to move the chains. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Takes the handoff, now Minshew. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And this effort's going to give him an even half dozen tonight. And he drives this into the pouring rain. He has it at the 13. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Now we see the Browns offense headed out. And whether it was their game plan or not, they were pretty quick to read. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Buys time, rolling right. He's running with it. And he'll get it up to the 27. When we bring this game to a close, Brock, I think one of the stories we're all going to be talking about is the type of showing this guy's had, not spinning the ball, but running it.
It's been just gritty. It's been determined, Kate. It's been tough. And when they needed a play, he's dug deep and he's willed this offense forward, coming through with the type of run the moment asked for.
Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Marcus Epps making the play. 3rd and just 2 to go. Setting up a throw. It's complete to Ford. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Shotgun snap, a give to Ford. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Forced out to it. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Here's Chubb up the middle. Has a lane inside the 35. And they finally get to him at the 15. Give him 30 yards on that one. And that gives the Browns a 1st. Working inside the red zone. A dangerous throw, and he almost got burned by it. The interception dropped and incomplete on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Ford has nothing on that run. They stand strong and stop him at the 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Chubb trying to run his way in, and he's in for the touchdown. The Browns can cruise to a win, growing that lead further. It's a Nick Chubb touchdown, his 3rd of the game on the ground. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. Got it inside the 10. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. Abdullah now to return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Time for the Raiders offense to hit the field. And this is going to be far from the only time these replays will be on the screen over the next week, Brock, but they're not going to enjoy watching them. Have not taken care of the football, and this looks a whole lot like teaching tape for this defense.
Kate, think of all the great defenses over the last 50, 60 years. The 85 Bears, I think of the Seahawks and the Legion of Boom. 39 takeaways in their Super Bowl title winning year. Elite defenses have games just like this one where they take the ball away over and over and over and over again.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing here, Minshew. He's on the move. Wow, it's free again! And the Browns pick it up. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Ford straight ahead. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Winston to throw it. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Madison's kick is good. And a fairly insurmountable lead grows by 3 more.
You know, you look at that third down play, looking back, and it really turns into a 3-point play. It's why situational work is so critical. Coaches talk about it all the time. Sure, you love the field goal, but man, they would have loved a touchdown more.
Abdullah now to return. Now the Raider offense headed back to the field. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the third. Up the middle they go with Madison. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next. Here's Madison again. And this time they won't surrender anything. They wrap him up at the line. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Trying to get it with the option. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Ooh, and he's out of bounds before he can break it upfield. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 28. He'll get this to Tillman. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. 3rd and just 2 to go. Chubb going for the marker. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. The drive picks up here. 1st and 10. To throw. Here's Winston. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. Here we go, 2nd and 9. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10. A give up the middle to Ford. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Here's Winston. Looking. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up. So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Winston now. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Dustin Hopkins is going to try this Browns field goal. And the holder keeps it. He's running. He's going. He cuts it to the right sideline. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns keeping the pedal floored and adding 6 more. Deshaun Watson with the touchdown. Wow, the absolute guts on this coach, Brock. Not only to pass on a field goal to attempt the fake, but then to do it with a running play.
Not a lot of these coaches are going to second-guess themselves right in the...
The kicker gets it. Oh, it looks like he's going to throw it. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
I know these special teams coaches spend all week trying to find a little weakness, and I guess they saw something on film they may have liked. But I think this serves as a reminder, if you want to get to, try the conversion from the 2-yard line next time.
Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. And this kick is going to go out of bounds. Oh, my. That's going to place the ball at the 40-yard line. Well, we knew it, Brock, and now they know it, too. That one was on their defense. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Running right, it's Madison. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Minshew. Dumped off to his running back. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Making the tackle, Shelby Harris. 5 men in the secondary for the Browns. 3rd down coming. Play action, it's Minshew. That sails over his target, incomplete, and now it's 4th down. They're out now, ready to punt it. It'll be A.J. Cole doing the honors. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Browns send Jerome Ford, ready to begin another drive. That one in the books is a 48-yard punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Ready.
On the carry, it's Ford. He breaks the tackle. He's got a gain of 6 there. Nate Hobbs in on that stop. 6 yards on the run as we've reached the end of our 3rd quarter. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's Browns football to start the 4th in what's been a one-sided... Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's Winston to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Facing a 4th and 12, but this offense is undeterred. And they fake the spike. They're going to throw it. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Out of the gun, Minshew. And he's in trouble and gets brought down again. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down. Minshew working from the gun. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. So out now comes the punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away. It's fielded at the 14. And not only does he go in the wrong direction, but he's stopped for a net loss on the return. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. This is Ford on the handoff. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down. Now a give right side to Chubb. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Winston. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. That play good for 17 and a first down. This is Ford. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he's stopped. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Winston looking to throw. On the move, headed right. He's on the move. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Like so many of the league's quarterbacks know how to do, this guy has really taken over much of this game, and it's been his dual threat ability that served as the catalyst for that.
And let's give him a lot of credit here, Kate, because he's the one who recognized there'd be opportunities aplenty to hit this defense with his legs. He's picked the right moments, picked his spots, and that stat line's benefited.
Chubb here on first down. Spins out of one stop, and they bring him down around the 34. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Again, it's Chubb. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Slot man in motion right. Here's Chubb on second down. And they'll mark him down there after the dive. Just 1 yard on the carry, though. It's 3rd and 7 now. Throwing is Winston. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. They gain 14 on the play. And that gives the Browns a first. From the red zone now. Dump off caught by his back. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain. Well, that right there, Kate, that is the epitome of trust, and trust in your big physical tight end, throwing his way into double coverage. You may question the decision when the ball leaves his hand.
Touchdown, Cleveland! Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking for.
Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. He's got it right side. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. Hopkins has it on the tee, and he's ready to send it flying. Here's a return from the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. Now outruns their offense to take over. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice game.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
The throw again on second down here. Minshew. He's on the move. Now he takes it. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him, calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Dumps it off to his running back. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Has it downfield, working the left. And he'll get it up to the 44. Punting unit out now. And he's going to try to give his defense a long field to defend. And he drives this one into the pouring rain. Starts his return from the 23. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. It's going to be a punt of 46 yards. And the Browns will go on offense. They begin the drive with Chubb. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
All I could tell him there was good luck. You get a safety all over a run like that, they could just smell it like a shark with blood in the water. And you feel fortunate if you're even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Here's 2nd and 11. He throws a bullet deep to the right. It connects on the deep shot. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you totally flip the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's good for a Cleveland first down. Running right with Chubb. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Here's a give to Chubb. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3. Second down now, 7 to go. Shotgun snap, a give to Ford. And all that for a single yard. What an effort to get what he could there. They only get a yard that time, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Winston to throw it. And the Raiders get there and take him down. Offense staying out here. It's 4th and 11. And they're going to get up to it and spike it. That's going to stop the clock. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Minshew looking to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Back to throw, Minshew. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. Throwing from near his own goal line. That's taken in by Tucker. And he's brought down. They're spotting this one right at the 20. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he hauls it in right near the 40-yard line. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. From the gun, it's Ford. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, second down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. They're going play action. That throw's knocked away and incomplete. 4th down coming up.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
And we've seen this before. It's a fake. The Browns close in and take him down. And the fake punt is not going to keep things going, Brock. He winds up short. They're going to turn this football over on downs. Minshew on 1st down. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Now Minshew. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Here's Minshew. Trying to push it deep downfield. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now.
I'm just going to say maybe not the guy you want to pick on in coverage on this particular series. Gets a hand on that throw and knocks it away. The next time, or he could get 2 hands on it and take it the other way.
A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they won't do it. That falls incomplete on 4th down.
Hey, I get it. It's already over. But go down swinging. Unfortunately, that play, like so many of them today, Kate, has been pretty indicative of how this contest has gone.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. So the Browns come away with the win. And we know how rain can wreak havoc at any moment on a football field, but they didn't let that stop them today. They played their game, and as a result, they're leaving here with a victory. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. It's a well-earned win for the Browns as we say adios from Mexico City.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles, and it's coming up next.
Take a drive from downtown along Broad Street. You run into Lincoln Financial Field, the home of the Eagles here in South Philadelphia. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Holtz, or should I say Dean Olsen, because tight end you doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And, Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate #1 threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end you, man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
So out comes the Kansas City offense to take over for the first time. And there is the guy at the top of the game, Patrick Mahomes, their quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback.
And it'll be a pickup of 3, so third down forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he's going to get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. Now the former rushing champ, it's Kareem Hunt. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. On the ground, here's Samaje Perine. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. And think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often. So that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And this will not be a spike. He faked it.
Pass interference. Defense.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up. And now they face third down. Here's Mahomes. That is caught. What a throw. Xavier Worthy. Touchdown, Kansas City. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
$7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. On the return, it's Kenneth Gainwell. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
This is someone who just seems like every year they just get better and better, Mike, right? I mean, think back, whether it was Alabama to Oklahoma to being a Heisman finalist, going from a backup role to MVP candidate. His development has been fun to watch, and now he's universally considered one of the best all-around quarterbacks in the league, and if they want to leave here with a win, they're going to need him to be just that.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. 2nd down and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. He's got it. That's a first down up across midfield and down to the 47-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's got the 2021 Heisman winner. That's Devontae Smith. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Barkley. And that one is closed down in the backfield. What a defensive play. Knifing in, dropping him for the loss. A 2nd down throw for Hurts. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
He'll try and get there on the ground. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down. And in motion is Brown. A 1st down throw for Hurts. This is caught at the 2. To the goal line and in. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Eagles. Elliott, good on the extra point. And the Eagles come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. The dangerous Mecole Hardman on the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense ready now for their 2nd drive. 1st down throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Darius Slay.
Well, what this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets long in the tooth, he certainly makes up for it in experience. You're not going to be able to do a lot of things to trick him on the back end. He reads this play right from the jump.
He is in. Dallas Goedert. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Make it 2 touchdowns in the very 1st quarter of play. The extra point by Elliott is good. And the Eagles will move out to a 14-7 lead. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Hardman now to return it. Whoa. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Chiefs offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Now Mahomes. He'll drop this underneath to Pacheco. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the 1st down. So it's going to bring up 4th down. They're indeed going, and it's Mahomes. He'll try to run for it. And out of bounds he goes, just shy of midfield. A gain of 21 as they get the conversion on 4th down. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And drawing some oohs and ahs from the crowd, sidestepping his way. Nifty gain of 9 there. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. And he's going to pick it up and take it down inside the 35 for the first down. And in motion is Brown. Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on first down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. Once again, it's Pacheco. And he'll be near the first down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. Now, Mahomes. It is brought in the end zone. Rashee Rice. Touchdown, KC.
And that was just a great drive. Really, from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense about ready to take over once more. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. And unable to connect there. It's incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. So 1 quarter in the books in this rematch of Super Bowl 57. Knotted at 14 on the scoreboard. And we're back in Philly in a moment. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. So on 4th down, they'll call on Braden Mann to punt. And he couldn't get that one to check up. It'll keep bouncing into the end zone. It's a touchback. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
To the left side in the hands of Rice. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. A run, it's P-Run. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Mahomes. A quick slant that is caught by Kelsey. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Motion man is Rice. And they'll get about half of It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They go play action with Mahomes.
These are the plays that just drive the defensive coordinator crazy, Mike. You do everything right, but you don't account for the quarterback scrambling. He's able to get out of the pocket and gain enough for a first down.
And not a whole lot to speak of there. He'll work it down inside the 35. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Play action here. Mahomes. Short pass taken in by Kelsey. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. A run up the middle with Pacheco. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. They put Kelsey in motion. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Here's a 3rd down and 4. To throw is Mahomes. And he'll take it on in. Travis Kelsey. Touchdown, Chiefs. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. To return is Kenneth Gainwell. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense ready to get back at it. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14, and they'll begin 1st and 10. That's over the middle and caught by Smith. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. A tight end in motion now. Once again, it's Barkley. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss. On 3rd down, here's Hurts. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down. A run up the middle with Barkley. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. Nick Bolton, the linebacker, there for the stop. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll run straight ahead with Barkley. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. He's going to keep it himself.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
Patrick Mahomes going to lead the KC offense back out for this next drive. On the ground to start the drive with Pacheco. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing is Mahomes. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Here's Mahomes. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. On comes the Chiefs punter. Britton Covey deep for the Eagles. Now how about this? It's a fake. And this is going to be incomplete. So they let the punter try and throw for it. Not sure if he did that on his own. Either way, doesn't matter. They have turned it over on down. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Open man, Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Drew Tranquill. And the Chiefs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue. Because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air it out.
And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts with a shot, a deep play in the air to try to seize on some of that momentum. We just saw a great example of it here.
A gain there of 11. 1st down, KC. Throwing from the gun. Here's Patrick. And he'll be taken down. They got him. Back at the 50-yard line. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing now, Mahomes. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins was the intended target for that one. And it's going to be 4th down. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. They'll start out 1st down and 10. Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. Here's a 2nd and 9. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we reach halftime, and the visitors, the Chiefs, out on top as we get you down to Florida, Orlando specifically. It's where the coach is. Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, we'll take it from there as we welcome everyone into our EA Sports studios and our halftime report. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second half is going to be the one who walks out of here with a victory.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Eagles offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And he'll get about 5. To throw on second down is Hurts. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He's going to run it.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold him to just a short gain.
This is taken at the 25. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Chiefs offense and Patrick Mahomes coming out for their next drive. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Mahomes back. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. 2nd and 11. A run. It's Pacheco. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. It is 3rd and 10. And in motion is Brown. On 3rd down, Mahomes. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They're going to run out of the gun with Pacheco. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. He'll get this complete to Pacheco. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Butker's kick is good. And the Chiefs going to extend their lead. It's now 24-14.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. And really, he has not produced a whole lot of highlights as we thought about coming in. On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Now he'll run it. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage. But that's all he can get out of that one. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And that is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Chiefs and their running back, Isaiah Pacheco, head out for their next drive. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They put Kelsey in motion. Here's Pacheco. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30, but that is good enough for a 1st down. Now Mahomes gives it to Pacheco. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
And he just continues to chew off more and more yardage with every single carry. And you can see here with the numbers, Mike, for as strong as he was in the first half, it almost looks like he's gotten even stronger now here in the second.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Well, he had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the 3rd, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. Look at him move away from a tackler as he winds up gaining 7 yards. Nice run there.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going. I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. On the carry is Piron. He'll push forward for about a yard. Jalen Carter out of Georgia makes the tackle. They need the 24-yard line as they come up for 3rd down. They put Kelsey in motion. There's that man again. Another catch.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the 1st down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks. And now they got a 4th down decision to make.
And he's going to have the Chiefs' 1st down as he pushes forward for a couple on 4th and inches. Now, Mahomes. That's taken in by the running back, Piron. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a toss to Pacheco. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's 3rd down. Here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. James Bradbury right there gets a hand on it to break it up. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Chiefs will extend their 3rd quarter lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone. So they're going to blow it dead, and they'll bring the ball out to start at the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Looking right side, he's got a receiver. It's Smith. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Now the Chiefs going to call the first of their timeouts. A first down throw for Hurts. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Wentz. He keeps it himself. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down. Throwing is Wentz. He'll swing one out wide to Pacheco. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He bought as much time as he could, but he will finally be taken down. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's 3rd down. To throw, here's Wentz. That one is batted away, incomplete. No separation that time, tightly defended. It brings up 4th down. Three for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Chiefs add on to their lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And time again, Greg, the yards on the ground have been very difficult to come by.
Yeah, and it really goes against conventional wisdom, Mike. You hear so often everyone talk about you run the ball to open up the pass, and really that's not necessarily true. Oftentimes when you're having trouble on the ground, the best way to open things up underneath is by passing the ball, and that could be a variety of ways. Throwing it downfield, screen passes, swing passes. Just get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and open things up.
Over the middle to his tight end, Goddard. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
He'll take off again.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now Hurts. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it, and which team does a better job taking it away.
A short throw taken in by Kelsey. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Now KC going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run it here with Pacheco. And he will have a Chiefs first down. They needed 2 and gained 6.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. Down. Throwing is Mahomes. That's over the middle and caught by Kelsey. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. On the handoff, this is Pacheco. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too. Here's a 2nd and 12. Here's a run with Hunt. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. 4th down coming up. Harrison Butker on now for the field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Chiefs will extend their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Britton Covey now on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia offense set to take over once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense.
And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down. Hurts taking a shot downfield for Smith. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs. Woo. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. Once again, it's Pacheco. And the Chiefs are going to be set up. 1st and goal. He's out of bounds at the 6-yard line. Here's Pacheco. Some room to run as he takes it down to the 2-yard line. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll run with Pacheco. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike.
Now it's a fake. They'll flip it to the kicker. This will be incomplete. Not sure what they could have seen that makes this a good call. Going for it with a fake on an extra point, and they get nothing out of it. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. He's got his tight end, Goddard, working the middle of the field. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10. Hurts now. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. And they'll take this down inside the 35. On 1st down, it's Hurts. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
Now a loose football. But a fortunate bounce, he got it right back. Now the Eagles will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Hurts working in the pistol. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. A pistol snap back to Hurts. That's complete. Tight end got her. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. Now it is 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And the tackle is made at about the 6. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. That's seemingly pretty silly with 1 second left in the game. Here we go. One final play. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. So it's a win for the visiting Chiefs. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play. In the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. So long, everybody.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme today. It's the Atlanta Falcons and the Buffalo Bills, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to upstate New York and Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park. We are bundled up. This should be a fun one. So glad you're with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, we love watching and calling snow games.